Very soon, someone is going to be killed for driving a Tesla. We are rapidly heading in that direction. Everyone knows it. The left, the radical left, the liberals, the activists, the Trump derangement syndrome, the Musk derangement syndrome individuals will celebrate when it happens. Pure evil. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
More turmoil for Tesla. CEO Elon Musk live streaming an all-hands meeting Thursday, trying to reassure his employees as Tesla stock tumbles amid a Tesla takedown protest movement against the company.
If you read the news, it feels like, Armageddon. I understand if you don't want to buy our product, but you don't have to burn it down. That's a bit unreasonable, Stop being psycho.
The company that helped make Musk the wealthiest person in the world, now a target, seen by some as a way to demonstrate against Musk's politics and growing role in the Trump administration.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Yo boy, what's going on, family? I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. And if you're new here, join the family. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It is crazy right now, and yes, this is actually happening, man. We just can't make any of this up, and I want to send my prayers out to everybody. To you guys traveling, and if you have a Tesla, again, man, be aware of your surroundings, people around you. Check your vehicle. You go into the store, restaurant, at your house. I mean, again, I know over here in Texas, not a lot of cases, not a lot of situations are over here in Texas so far, thankfully. But in other places, it is ridiculous. Check your paint, your tires, do a full inspection, getting in and out your vehicle. And again, be aware of your surroundings, man. I care for y'all, man. But right now, people have lost their mind. It's happening, and it's more cases every single hour, looks like, of people are keying people's car. I mean, destroying people's property, man. Destroying people worked hard, bust their butt for what they have, man. And it irks a nerve in me, man. Like it really pisses me off that people are threatening. We're getting so bad. People are getting threatened, man. People walk out to their car. They leave their car parked. They come back. It's keyed. It's destroyed. It's on fire. People are peeing, literally on camera, caught peeing, sticking their hand in their butt and wiping it on the vehicles. I know you guys see all these clips that are being posted all over X, Facebook, Instagram. It is bad, man. It really is. But like Matt says, very soon someone is going to be killed driving a Tesla, and we are very rapidly headed in that direction right now, and the left will celebrate. The radical left will celebrate, man, when it happens. But we definitely had to get into this. And again, let me know. A lot of y'all in the comments were telling me about that you have Teslas, and there's even some of y'all that even went out and bought Teslas to support Elon and Trump this past election. Again, y'all know me. I've owned Tesla for 5 years and amazing vehicles. I would tell anybody go get one. Go to the used market. The prices are so low. You can have an amazing vehicle. Depending on what you do, and again, do your research and how you want to use it. Y'all know I did all kind of food delivery, gig apps, Ubering, airport trips, helping people, helping veterans, helping people at the hospital. I use my Tesla for a whole lot of reasons. And now, I'm retired from doing all that, but I had an amazing time with my Tesla, man. For the last 5 years, I've owned 2 of them. Well, really 3, but we'll say 2.5, and I've had a hit and run, and thanks to the Tesla's technology and security system, We caught that person's license plate. We caught who he was. He got out the vehicle, checked out the damages, didn't want to come in the store and be accountable. A 40, 50-year-old man didn't want to take responsibility. He got out, looked at the damages after hitting my car, and got back in his Ford truck, Ford F-150, and went on by this day. Yeah, he got a police report file right there. We caught your license plate and everything. You know, and these and I tell anybody, make sure your Sentry mode is on, that you have a USB plugged in. It'll light up red on your Tesla screen. Make sure you are ready to go. But as you can see, these clips are flooding the internet, so most people already know. And again, if you don't have your Tesla set up to full security, it takes literally a couple seconds. And if you don't have a Tesla USB, you can order one off Amazon for $5 to $10. You know, but I know tons of you guys on the channel, part of the family, have Teslas and different vehicles, and I know a lot of you guys have Model 3s and Ys and stuff like that. So, but people are losing their mind, man. People are losing their mind. But huge shout out to this woman who stood in front of the Tesla dealership with a sign that says, "Thank you, Elon and SpaceX." She is a patriot. This woman here, you know, what does that remind you of? Us, doesn't it? You know? And this is what Trump had to say. But he needs to come out and sign an executive order. I mean, like right now, on this domestic terrorism. It's domestic terrorists, you guys. You know? It's ridiculous, man. And they're even writing Nazi symbols and we're Nazis on the Tesla. They're trying to make their to be heard, you know. But over here, like I say, in Texas, not too many cases, but we do have a Tesla in front of the house, and I want somebody to feel brave enough, man. We will make an example. Our state allows for somebody to be made an example out of. I'm pissed off, man. And I care for you guys' safety, man. I care for other people's safety. Our elders, telling people that are elderly, young teenage. I mean, everybody from a variety. It's so many people have these vehicles, you know. And I care for you guys' safety, man. I want people to be able to walk out to their car and enjoy their life, man. They're walking out, their car is set on fire. It's burned down to the ground. The tires are slashed. It's keyed up. People have urinated and used the restroom on the vehicle. They're just crazy, man.
And if we don't have Elon, they could be up there a long time. Who else is going to get him? And I just want to thank him. He's going through a lot, what they're doing to him. And these people are going to be caught, and they're going to be caught, and they're going to be prosecuted. And from what they tell me, I see this just by watching your programs and reading the news, but from what they tell me, they could get 20 years in jail, and they'll get it. I'll tell you, there's going to be no leniency, and there'll be no pardons. I can tell you that right now.
And you said this morning, 20 years.
Yeah, there needs to be an executive order on these domestic terrorists, man. An executive order, you know, very serious, like a separate executive order. Like I know we have with, you know, in Trump and with Pam Bondi and what they're saying right now, but an exclusive executive order on this domestic terrorist on Tesla to be exact, man.
And then maybe they get, you said this morning, 20 years in jail, and then maybe they'll go to one of these prisons in El Salvador. Do you think with the way that the judges have been issuing injunctions, it would be easier or harder to send these Tesla domestic terrorists to a jail in El Salvador than these MS-13 or Trendy Arrival guys?
Well, I view these people as terrorists just like others. These are, when I looked at those showrooms.
See, and we come out here and we play these games and everybody says, oh, Trump's a domestic terrorist. But this is serious, man. This is serious.
It's burning. And those cars, not one or two, like 7, 8, 10 burning, exploding all over the place. These are terrorists. You didn't have that on January 6th, I can tell you. You didn't have anything like that on January 6th, which is sort of amazing because on January 6th, the Democrats were talking. Nobody was killed other than a very beautiful young woman, Ashley Babbitt. Nobody was killed. And you look at what's going on now with these terrorists. These are terrorists, and that's an organized event. You know, take a look at their signs. Take a look. They're all made by the same sign company a nice expensive job. Now these are the people that finance it are, in my opinion, in just as big a trouble as the people that are setting the match and setting the fires. So we'll see. It's under very serious investigation by the FBI and by the Justice Department. These people.
Yeah. And we're also going to have somebody speak out, but this is crazy, man. Stuff is on fire, you know. Tech fascists. What? Like, look at what people are holding up, man. Look at these people that have lost their mind, man. Say no to Elon and the felon. This is crazy, man. It really is. Guy keyed a Tesla in Colorado, and he just got arrested and charged with a felony. Good. And yeah, we're seeing some cases, and we showed you a clip of an elderly guy, a grandpa who is a woke activist who got arrested 3 days ago after the Tesla footage caught him on camera, and then he got confronted. You know, you people are getting caught with your life. These have to be some of the most stupid individuals, man. And I'm so glad that you around, you're gonna find out. F around and you're gonna find out, man. Teslas have the best cameras, man. I'm telling you, I've had to report a hit and run before. They have some of the best cameras. There's 4K cameras inside the cabin, outside the car. There's 2 on this side, on that side, 1 in the front, in the back. It's recording everything. And if you guys have Teslas, make sure that your Sentry mode and everything is up to date and that everything's recorded, man, at all times, man. Because clowns like this just got arrested. And we seen the other people get arrested, man. They need to be held accountable. Look at this clown here. Look. You have broke the internet, you know. He gets dropped off and gets out of a car and just keys a random person's Tesla. And what are you doing? No. This famous content creator right here, this is Dub. He's a well-known content creator, streamer. Look what they did to his Tesla.
This is what happened to my car, y'all. Look at this. Look at this.
It's crazy, man. You know, Nazis, trash. Look what these people are doing at the dealership.
On est dernière génération Canada.
Crazy, man. And I believe that was in Canada. It's crazy. You just can't make this up, man. You know.
Security reasons, he prefers that we not. Joining me now is Roe. Now, for security reasons, he prefers that we not use his last name. His Cybertruck was in for service at a Tesla dealership when it was vandalized. Get this, spray painted with swastikas and various curse words. Roe, thank you for joining us. So you walk up thinking you're going to get your Tesla after being serviced, and you see this. What's your reaction?
Yeah, I was definitely kind of taken back by the whole situation. We were notified by Tesla. I was supposed to pick it up at 3 p.m. last Monday, and then they notified me at 2:30 p.m. that my car was vandalized overnight, and they're working on getting it cleaned up. I was unaware at the time exactly what was on the car. I messaged them about an hour later. They got back to me that they were working on getting the symbols off the car. I figured it probably wasn't smiley faces, so I said, oh, okay. Then they sent me photos and confirmed that they were Nazi swastikas written on my Cybertruck and 5 others in the lot as well overnight.
And the swastika itself, for you personally, it's horrible for any American, but for you personally, what did it do to you?
It was, for my partner and myself, we are Jewish as well, and you know, it was kind of a stab in the heart because, you know, this day and age in 2025, you get swastikas written on your vehicle in America, let alone anywhere else in the world. It definitely takes you back a little bit. We didn't necessarily feel personally attacked, being it obviously was done to other Tesla vehicles, so obviously it was probably targeting Elon and his companies, and not necessarily me personally or my partner. But yeah, definitely it was, you know, it's kind of a wake-up call to really, you know, kind of the reality we're living in these days. It's very disheartening.
Everyone watching watching tonight, you know, a lot of people who are, you know, climate change folks, or they just like the Teslas, which are incredible vehicles. They thought they were buying a Tesla, and it's cool, right? And then I know you.
It's crazy, man. Again, y'all know. I've seen the way this company has grown. I've seen, you know. I remember when we got to test drive the first one, you know, and it was okay. Woo! Had to sneeze right there, y'all. Sneeze my headphones off. We ain't gonna edit that out. Keep that in there. But I remember when we got to actually test drive the like literally one of the first models, the Model 3, and we'll sit in we got to sit into a Model S. And then we got to test drive a Model 3 like 6 years ago, man. And it was just the best feeling. I thought that was the best vehicle in the world, man. And then a year later, I went and got myself one after, you know, working hard and busting my butt, man, in the gig community. And then I used that vehicle to make even more money. And again, there's pros and cons to everything, man. And that's why I tell people, do your research on these vehicles. And I thought that the value would even be it would hold its value even more than a regular ICE engine vehicle. But come to find out that is opposite. The EVs lose way more than 30% just in the first year. So a car with an engine holds more value than a car with a battery with less moving parts. Crazy, you know. But still amazing vehicles, amazing technology, and they'll last you a very long time. Still, you can still get I have friends who have 300,000 miles on their Tesla, you know. But again, do your research before you own them. I have a friend who also had a battery replacement, and it was done under warranty. So battery replacement under warranty, you know. But they put over 200,000, almost 300,000 miles on their vehicle. And then some had went wrong, but you don't see a lot of battery replacement situations right in the data. So in the data, there's not a lot of battery. But again, do your research if you want one of these vehicles. Amazing cars, man. But I remember when these cars, and they still are, like very shocking to people. Like, oh, I love this vehicle. Oh, I love this. I love that. Like when the doors came up on the Model X, man, like. I remember those times, man. People was like, man, only rich people have Teslas. But again, if you go to the market now, they're less than Toyotas and Hondas. You can get you a great one for a good price, you know.
You're a liberal, now you're a Republican. After 2016, you supported Trump, but I know a lot of liberals and.
Hold on, I can't hear. Okay, there it is.
The place where I live, they all drive Teslas. So what about them? How does this feel to them that their compatriots, the rabid ones, are doing this? It's insane.
Yeah, that's what's always gotten me. It's like, you know, you're here to save the world, and you know, you're working against a guy that's trying to make humanity better and has made humanity better through his rockets, through his cars. I mean, we just rescued, you know, went up to SpaceX and, you know, just rescued the astronauts. And you know, I just don't understand. It's just like what's wrong with cutting government waste and fraud? Who is against that? Unless you're benefiting from that, Laura. And that's the thing. It's like Teslas are great cars. They drive you everywhere you need to go. They are an amazing piece of technology, and I don't understand, you know, how the left has really just turned around in the last, you know, 6 months or so, really definitely the last few weeks, of being against finding government corruption and waste in the federal government. And then you just really just got to follow the money. You know, where's this coming from? You know.
Now, would you buy another Tesla?
I have one already on order. I already have another Cybertruck on order. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. A friend of mine in Louisiana has a Cybertruck. She loves this vehicle. I think she loves it as much as her grandkids. She just raves about this. Loves it, loves it, loves it. And so you're not deterred at all, Ro. You're not deterred.
No, Laura, not at all.
If
anything, it just makes us more vigilant. We bought some personal protective equipment and everything else, to store on us when we do drive, just to make sure that I'm protecting myself, my family, and my
possessions. That's what I tell you guys, man. Protect yourself. Be aware of your surroundings, man. And over here, like I say, they made it to where we can make an example out of somebody. This is crazy, man.
Tonight, more turmoil for Tesla. CEO Elon Musk live streaming an all-hands meeting Thursday, trying to reassure his employees as Tesla stock tumbles amid a Tesla takedown protest movement against the company.
If you read the news, it feels like, Armageddon. I understand if you don't want to buy our product, but you don't have to burn it down. That's a bit unreasonable, Stop being psycho.
Elon Musk. The company that helped make Musk the wealthiest person in the world, now a target, seen by some as a way to demonstrate against Musk's politics and growing role in the Trump administration.
How are you feeling right now in this moment as a Tesla owner?
Embarrassed. I love the cars, and I really wish I could keep them, but I just can't be associated with that brand anymore.
Edward Sanchez says he's looking to sell his Tesla after all.
So somebody gonna buy it. It's gonna be worth a good price. Yeah. You didn't devalue it. Somebody gonna get it for a good price. Don't worry. Sell it. Please sell it. Put it in the market. Somebody's gonna be blessed with one of those, I'm telling you. And that's the Model S trim. Yeah, sell it.
Also just dumping all 150 shares of his Tesla stock. And he's not alone. Data from car shopping website Edmunds reporting that this month has seen the highest ever share of Tesla owners trading in their vehicles.
Why do you think going after Tesla is the way to really get at and go at Elon Musk?
It's my only way, right? It's the only thing I have. You just want to distance yourself.
But some taking the protest even further. Nationwide and even in Canada, multiple reports of Teslas being vandalized, some lit on fire. In Syracuse, this video showing a masked person defacing Sean Freed's Tesla, writing on it, "This car supports Nazis."
Protesting is a right that we all have, but destroying other people's property is not.
President Trump today warning there will be no leniency and no pardons for those behind these attacks, suggesting it's worse than the January 6th Capitol riot.
These are terrorists. You didn't have that on January 6th, I can tell you. You didn't have anything like that on January 6th.
And Liz, any evidence that these attacks might be coordinated?
Well, despite claims last...
Crazy, man. It is crazy, man. I tell you guys. Burned down to the ground. Just can't make this up, man.
Yeah, Musk has been retweeting posts saying things like 3 out of the 4 people arrested are trans or
and then fake news,
or non-gender conforming media accounts. We have not conveniently to do so began
fake news, ridiculous. Let me know what y'all think of all this, man. It's crazy, And seeing videos like this of people just walking up, keying. And I'm glad I haven't had to show one of those videos of the guy taking his hand out his butt and wiping it on the Tesla. I mean, crazy. But people are getting arrested, man. People are being made an example out of, and we need more. There needs to be an executive order signed. For these domestic terrorists. But this one says that around and found out face after vandalizing Tesla. Yeah. There's going to be people made it. There's already tons of being made an example out of. This guy right here vandalized a Tesla. Yeah. We seen the grandpa 3 days ago get arrested. The guy yesterday that went to in the gym got arrested. Yeah. People got to be made an example out of, man. This is the video of the guy digging in his butt and wiping it on the Tesla. This fat liberal piece of. I know I don't like to be mean to people, man. I don't like to, but this is disgusting. But this summarizes the liberals in a nutshell, full of disgusting scum. That's just freaking disgusting, man. On digging his big fat butt and wipe it on the car. Crazy, man.
I was thankfully by myself. Lee was on the way to a doctor's appointment in Linwood Wednesday morning when she says all of a sudden a driver behind her just laid on the horn as they came up to a red light. Things spiraled out of control when a white SUV followed her and cut her off, stopping in the middle of the road.
Gets out and walks straight up to my window. So I crack my window and I said, what is the problem? And he goes, you need to sell your car. This is a Nazi car. You're driving it. You need to sell your car.
Lee says she's been driving a Tesla for the last 2 years. She says a man wearing a camouflage jacket and a ski mask attacked her for it.
It's really sad, like, that this is what's happening to people who honestly, it doesn't affect how I believe or what I believe. It's just the car I drive. Being in Seattle, it was climate's important, our footprint's important. This seemed like the right move for our very busy family.
This, however, isn't the first incident or act of vandalism reported. We've seen attack after attack after attack. Teslas set ablaze at the Las Vegas Service Center earlier this week, with the culprit leaving behind the word resist. In Oregon, shots were fired at a dealership, and in Massachusetts, charging stations were torched. These incidents have only intensified since CEO Elon Musk has taken a prominent role in the Trump administration while slashing government jobs and spending.
Felt so intentional, felt exactly what he was there to do.
There was even a website now taken down.
Look at you can tell the difference from the people, man. You can tell the difference.
Sharing the personal information of Tesla owners to pressure them to sell their vehicles.
If it was to align with.
There needs to be an executive order, man, on these Tesla terrorists. Executive order.